of the morning from wherever you are joining us or viewing us or watching us. This morning being a Thursday, we have Relationship Clinic, and today we shall be discussing about shared responsibilities. And I have a very beautiful, beautiful couple in studio with me that will be taking us through their journey of marriage and what are some of the things they've been doing together and have they been successful. And then what happens if one of them is down and is not able to even manage to do whatever role they're supposed to do. How is life juggling, the way life is busy, so how is it like juggling responsibilities in the home with their children? Let's get to know about that this morning with my very, very interesting couple that is going to give us real stories in real time and real experiences. Welcome, my name is Sally Limo, and you shall be getting us, of course, on Family TV and Family Radio. And so also interact with us if you have any issue, question, comment, or compliment. Talk to us on our SMS number, which is 20316, or WhatsApp number, which is 0786 316 316. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Ngaruiya. Good morning.
Good morning.
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Yeah, karibuni.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll just start by introducing yourselves.
Okay.
Do we start with the head of the home?
Thank you, Sally. Thank you for the opportunity to come here and just to share about our lives and our journey in marriage, so that at least it's a learning experience for all of us.
It is.
So as you have introduced us, my name is George Ngaruiya. I'm an accountant by profession.
Wow.
And also I'm a pastor by calling.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are many hats I wear.
You wear many hats.
But by the grace of God, we are able to handle all that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Faith?
Thank you so much, Sally. We are so blessed to be here. My name is Faith Ngaruiya. I'm the wife to Pastor George.
Yes.
And I'm a teacher by profession as well.
Wow.
Not as well. I'm a teacher by profession.
Yes.
And also a mother and doing all those things. And we are so happy and honored to be here.
Oh,
Thank
fantastic. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much.
Wow. First things first. How long have you been married?
Okay, all right. So we've been married for the last 5 years.
Okay.
So we are in our 6th year. Yeah, and through that period, we've been blessed with 2 beautiful daughters, twins.
Lovely. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tehila and Deborah.
Okay.
And we're enjoying the journey of marriage as we wait for many more to come.
And parenting as
Yes.
well. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice because, with all those years of marriage, 5 is not sio kidogo.
Yes,
Si ndio?
yes.
Yeah. How has it been like, Faith, being married to Pastor Ngaruiya?
It has been an amazing journey, and it has been a journey of learning,
Yes.
a journey of getting to know marriage as it is, because most of the time, when someone is hoping or praying to get married, they have their own idea of what marriage should be. And maybe when we were going through counseling, you get to have now an idea of what it should be.
Okay.
So I can see it has been an amazing journey. It has been a journey of learning, a
Yes.
journey of maturing in some areas. And so many other things, but I thank God because it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to live and to relate with Pastor George, because it has helped me to see things in a certain way that maybe I did not know.
Yeah.
It has also helped me to mature in a level that I'm able also to tell other people that, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it's not.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys friends? Ama you're a couple tu, bibi na bwana, lakini are you friends as well? Because there are people who are married and they're not friends.
I know.
So do you think you guys are friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because the friendship aspect is key.
Yeah.
Because like now, then if there's no friendship, then
Yes.
you'll be like more of roommates. You are
Housemates.
Just, yeah, housemates.
Yeah.
You are just there for the convenience.
Yes.
But now when you're friends, then it means you can be able to enjoy each other's company.
Absolutely.
You can talk about any subject.
Yeah.
So I think that aspect of friendship
Is there?
It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things, huge or small, that you do together, as friends, just to keep that fire burning, to keep that smile I'm seeing on both your faces? What are some of the things that you do to ensure that huyu anabaki your kamrembo na huyu ndio ule that your boy feel of those days. What are some of those things?
So some of the things we do, first of all, I'll start with the basic, praying together. We usually always get time to pray, maybe in the morning, in the evening. We get to pray together, and then despite maybe the busy schedules sometimes, we make sure that we get to catch up on how our day has been.
Okay.
We even told ourselves we're going to be intentional to call one another. So that is
in the course of the day.
In the course of the day. So that is not expecting my call. Maybe when I have an emergency, that's the only time I get to call. That I need to call just randomly and ask him, hey, how have you been? And he also gets to call me. There's a time we had not gotten there. We used to, anytime he sees my call, what's up? But we have been so intentional.
So it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. It's been a journey of making sure that we are intentional. Because if someone is not intentional, then you lose it. So also making sure that we get to call one another, making sure that we get to play games. For example, right now we are learning, what is the name of this game? Chess.
Oh, nice. Board games.
Yes, we have those board games that we are trying to learn. Things like working together, sometimes going out for dinners, amongst some of the things that we have to do. Because we discovered that unless we are intentional, we are just going to be carried away by the business of life.
Intentional and also creating time for each other. Because like you said, you know, you're busy, people are swamped with work and all that. So if you're not intentional about it, if you don't create time, definitely it can eat on your relationship. Also, you've talked about calling each other. That's communication. What do you think is the impact of communication, especially in what we're discussing today, the shared responsibilities? How does it help in your the roles and, you know, how you run your house in terms of sharing your responsibilities, Pastor?
Okay, thank you. I think communication is very key.
Right.
Because like now when you look at the normal day-to-day life, you find the schedule of the day, maybe you're at your workplace, there's an assignment you're doing. There are so many pressures of work and pressures of life. So when you come now in the evening or when you come, there are bills to be paid. So if you don't have that constant communication, then you'll not be able now to be able to understand each other. This is what has been happening in my life. This is what is happening at my workplace. So that constant communication, keeping in touch, it is able now to make you bond more, so that now when you come and say, these are the challenges I'm going through, these are the issues we need to handle, then you have already communicated. You are in sync with each other. So that communication is key, so that you're not communicating when you want to share responsibilities
only,
but you are in touch. So everybody is able to know, this is what my partner is going through. This is, so you're able to be able to have account of each other at a constant basis. So that's very key.
Okay. No, communication is huge and very important. It's almost like, okay, trust, communication. It's almost like a foundation, key. So what are some of the strategies, you know, that you've discussed as a couple, and you said this is how we're going to communicate intentionally, just to ensure that there's no conflict, or even if there is, you know, what are some of the strategies you use?
So one of the strategies we use, because communication is all about passing a message. So one of the strategies we use is to be able to ensure that there is clear communication. That if this is what needs to be done, we are not using words that are beating around the bush.
You imagine the other person
understands. Because again, I said it's a process. There's a time maybe I used to tell him that this is not there. I'm not saying, okay, it's not there. What do you expect? You know, I came to realize that for men, unless you give the specifics. Because the thing about, so that's one of the things we discovered, understanding how to communicate with your partner is one strategy that is very key for us, being able to communicate these strategies. Because I could be saying something, is hearing something, and then after he hears something, now there's what his mind is maybe is saying he has heard, and then he responds to that. So I have to be really clear to know how does he understand something, or how does he not understand something. So understanding the language of the partner. Then there's also timing. timing is very key as far as communicating
Timing.
this. Because if I communicate something in the wrong time, or you communicate something in the wrong time, then we are going to have lost it.
You will definitely.
So timing is very, very key as well as being able to understand the language.
Yeah.
And then another thing that we agreed not to do is nagging. You know, maybe we need something done. I can either choose to nag or remind, because those are two different things.
Wow.
Nagging has that aspect of blame on it.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling someone that
And
you
even
don't
the
do
tone,
this.
probably the tone
And the
that you
tone,
use. Yeah.
Yes, the tone. So we have to make sure that we're using the correct tone.
Yes.
We are using the correct words, and also the facial expression sometimes. Because if those three do not go together and complement one another,
Yes.
the message will have been lost,
Exactly.
amongst many other things.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Then there's this contentious, I say quote in quote, because I think it depends on the couple or something, but finances, the elephant in the room, you know,
Yes.
because in the shared responsibilities, I think almost everything will touch on money,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We're sitting to plan, to share this and that. It's about money. Probably, Pas, you can take us through how do you go about your financial planning together?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, how is it like?
So in terms of finances, that's a very key issue because when you touch money, that's now you are touching the heart,
Yes, of the
especially
womb.
for men. That's the main issue.
Yes.
But now one thing we have come to learn as a couple is just to be open, to be open with each other, so that now we are able to know like how much do I earn. Yeah. So I remember when we got married, we had to have a sitting.
Yeah.
And I tell her, this is what I earn.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So that now the expectation. So that,
That
now
is before marriage or after? you
After
say?
marriage.
After marriage. Okay.
So that now she can be able to know this is how much my husband earns.
Yes.
So that in terms of the expectation in her mind, she doesn't have like a castle in the air.
Yeah.
Well, the reality on the ground is
It's
different.
Mambo vitu kwa
Yeah.
ground.
It's different.
Yeah.
So I have to come clear and tell her this is what I earn.
Yeah.
What are the expenses we have? This is rent. These are the household bills to be paid.
Yes.
This is about our nanny. This is about the things, transport,
Right.
fuel. So we have to come up with like a budget. So these are our incomes, these are our expenses.
Okay.
So that now we can be able to know, we can be able to track where we are at every aspect of our life.
Okay.
And then like when we look at when we got married, she was not working.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I was the one who was working, so all eyes are on me. So I have to be open
Yes.
to be able to know this is where we are as a family, this is our income level, so that you can be able also to live according to our means. Yes.
You didn't at any point tell her, what are you bringing on the table? Was there any that kind of discussion?
No,
Because
not-
nowadays I'm seeing that a lot, like, you know, gentlemen asking ladies, like, what are you bringing to the table? You know, yeah.
Because like now when you bring that particular aspect, then you have not understand about the aspect of partnering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you are coming to complement each other. So sometimes you may get into marriage, one partner is not working.
Right.
So I cannot come and load it over her. You have to bring something on the table because these are temporary situations.
Yeah.
So because it is a temporary situation, then you can be able to know as a couple, how do we live within this means? We
Yeah,
have one
within your
income.
means. Yeah.
So how do we plan with it?
Absolutely.
So that I don't come and start bashing her. You are not doing anything in the house. What are you? There's nothing you're contributing in terms of income. So I have to be like a husband to be understanding because this is a season that we are in.
Yeah.
And it is temporary. It has it changes. So I have to come and say this is where we
This
are
is
as a
it.
couple.
Yeah.
How do we plan from where we are?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like what you said,
Yeah.
you know, living within your
Yes,
means.
yes.
Let's not stretch it out
Yes,
to a point
yeah.
that you feel stressed.
Yeah.
And Faith, because Pastor is saying that at that point you didn't have a job, but you're getting into a marriage.
Yes.
How did you feel at that time, you know, because you're getting into a partnership.
Yes.
And of course, you imagine or you desired to also be part of this, contribute, build each other.
Yes.
How were you feeling at that time?
So at that time, I did not feel pressured
Yes.
to bring something on the table because I felt assured, like I felt accepted.
Yeah.
Because he was not marrying me. He knew that I was trusting God for a job by then. So I was not feeling any pressure at all. Because he was able to like support us in all things.
Okay.
So I was stepping in now to be the person who is coming on board to manage whatever we are getting. But I did not feel any pressure at all. I felt
Because it was said with love.
It was said
with
love.
assurances and encouragement.
In fact, I used to attend so many interviews by then.
Oh, okay.
And the only pressure I can talk about is the pressure now of going to an interview, coming back without a job. Now that was the pressure.
But back at home, you're at peace.
Back at home, I'm at peace.
Yeah.
In fact, was telling me, don't worry, you know, all things work together for good.
Oh, wow.
I tell you, it would preach sermons. Sometimes I don't want to hear those sermons because I feel stressed. Not because it's stressing me,
the interviews.
but because of these interviews. How can I go there? You know? So for me, at home, I felt at peace. But not in the aspect of out there now looking for a job. That process of going for the interview.
That is what was stressful for you then, but
for me.
not
But
this.
at home, I felt accepted. I felt loved. I did not have any pressure at all.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, because what we were talking about is when you're getting married, isn't it? So now you're in marriage.
Yes.
Do you sit down to plan together, or is it just a random? Do you budget? This is our income. This is what we do. Do you do that together? And how has it helped you grow? Yeah.
Okay. So as we continue with marriage, then things continue to change.
Yeah.
God continue to bless you. You get other opportunities. You get promoted, so your income levels changes.
Yes.
Also, like her, she got a job, so she got some income.
Yes.
So you see, now we have to come and sit down and see, now this is what we are earning as a family. What can we handle? Which project can we initiate? So now we are able now to come together and say, now we can be able to handle more.
Okay.
So in terms of like now we may have like other aspects of bills which are coming in. Now we are doing parenting.
Yes.
So now we are able to come together now after marriage and now plan on the finances which you have on board.
Okay.
Yes, as we also now plan for the future. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So now here you are. You've planned your budget. You've sat down and everything. Is it at this point that you also set your goals? Do you also set the goals together, or you set yours and then you just pass it to Pasi? Like, by the way, Mimi, this year naenda shule, and then Pasi also the same. Ujue Mimi na, I'm expanding the church. Or do you just literally sit together and plan your goals, long term, mid, and short? How do you do it?
So it depends on what we are talking about. So there are those goals we are going to sit together and plan together. Like, you know, there are those major projects that maybe we want to undertake. So there are those times we'll come and actually sit. Initially, we'll sit and plan together so that we go through the process. Then there are those other times when maybe someone is thinking of doing something. So you think about it, and then you come and share with one another that this is what I'm planning, how can we do it, you know? So at a family level, we plan together. And then at an individual level, of course, there's that aspect of sharing. This is what I'm doing. What can we do about it together? Okay. Yeah, so I think that's
so you also you have your personal goals, you plan alone, and then you also have the shared goals, which now you sit with your husband and decide this is what you're going to do.
Yes.
Then on the same issue of finances, is it a 50-50? You say mimi nikilipa stima unalipa maji, or this, and how do you do it? Because I'm sure there's so many people out there probably getting into relationships, or they're already in relationship marriages, you know. So is it, what works, or it depends on a couple? How are you guys doing it, you know?
Okay. So one of the things which has helped us is to understand the covenant relationship of marriage. That marriage is not like a contract. So that you come up with rules and you say these are the 5 do's for wife and 5 do's for husband. So if I do 2 and I miss 3, then all hell break loose in the house. So you have to come to know these are covenant relationship. We are here for each other and to support each other. So it's not like a 50-50. You bring 50, then if she brings less than that, then there is conflict in the house. So we have to know, like, so we come up and budget and say these are the expenses I'll be paying and this are the what, but it is not cast cast in stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we may find like her salary has delayed. Do I say now that's your bill?
Yeah.
So let's wait
So you
for
stay
your
in darkness because she's not paying
so
for power.
yes, yeah, you
Yeah.
see. So I have to come and chip
Yes.
in. Sometimes I go and I get a very good deal for groceries.
Okay.
I come and buy.
Oh, wow.
And I don't come and tell her, hey, I bought 2,000, please give me. You see, so I have to be very flexible because we are in for each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like we are very rigid.
Yeah.
This is my bill and this is your bill.
Oh.
So if the gas goes out and
She's
maybe
not- you are not there or
yeah,
she's not
yeah. So do we not eat? You see, so it's like it's a guideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is not cast in stone. So you are flexible because things can change. So you are not like very rigid and saying these are the expenses I cater for. Nothing else, nothing more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are really flexible because you are in. You are. It's more like you are flowing in the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a flow.
Yes.
Flow.
And of course, the money we are talking about here is coming from a certain place, an
Yes.
account.
Yes.
Is this a personal account? Is it a joint account? You know, how do you work that as well?
Okay.
Because as we said, finances is
Yeah.
that is the hugest,
Yes,
you know, contentious
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
So how do you have a personal account? Do you have personal accounts, and then do you also have like a joint account where you say, okay, in case of this and that, you know?
Okay, so for us,
Yeah.
part of the premarital counseling we went through, we were being taught about the do's and the advantages or the disadvantages of some of those things.
Yes.
So for us, for the joint account, we all have individual accounts.
Okay, okay.
Because someone is more flexible, and that we saw it is a bit more flexible for us when someone has an individual account.
Okay.
Because we don't have to maybe I need to do something.
Yeah.
Really urgently. If I did not have my own accounts or his,
Okay.
maybe we'd have to go through the process of calling, hey, I need
Yeah.
this. So we agreed that so long as there's that aspect of trust, accountability, we just have our own personal accounts.
Okay.
Because it's a bit more flexible when we have that.
Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. So, Pasi, how you don't feel like utachekelewa, people will laugh at you ati, this guy is skuma mboga nyanya. You are not embarrassed because culturally a man, the de facto leader of that home, unaenda kununua nyanya surely. You don't feel ashamed?
Okay, not really.
Yeah.
Because now I remove the mindset about what people see me.
Yes.
So because of having that mindset, now this is a family issue. I don't mind about what other people say.
Yeah.
So I said we're going to work our marriage the way we know better. So I don't feel ashamed. I can be able to go extra mile to do that.
Oh, nice. And for Faith, how do you feel when, you know, your husband is here, knocks the door, and he opens it, he has a, you know, basket, a shopping bag with mbogas and all that. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel loved. And I feel excited, you
Yes.
know, because going for shopping sometimes is quite strenuous sometimes, you know. So anytime he steps in to do such things, it's always a blessing. And by the way, it's not just shopping that he does. Sometimes even cooks.
Oh,
in fact, he has the best meat stew.
Wow.
Another day he was telling us that he's going to teach us, he's going to open a school in the home he's going to teach us how to cook meat.
Yeah.
There's a style, he has the best meat, and he does not mind saying that, you know, that's your lane.
Yeah.
There are
There you
times
go.
I
He
just
brings the
sit
food,
down.
you cook it.
Yes.
Yeah, that is
so
awesome.
we're just so flexible. Yeah.
Okay. And with the children, I believe they're about what, 5 years or less?
They're nearing 5 years
They're
now.
nearing 5 years. So these are little kids, and of
Yeah.
course, parenting styles now check in here. How do you do it together so that it doesn't look like one parent is nice, the other one is not nice? You know, this one is mean, this one is nice. How do you parent together to just bring these kids up in a way that you both agreed this is how we're going to do it? Your parenting styles.
Okay, so we can say we are still learning
Yes.
on the job training, but now we are able now to complement each other,
Okay.
so that at least now when in terms of discipline, we can be able to discipline. All of us can be able to do that.
Yes.
So in terms of now spending time with them, like now when they're doing homework, I also go and do homework with them. She can also do homework with them. Maybe there's some aspect of like now the kids at home, when they're staying at home, so I'm able to come up.
Yeah.
You may find like now in her job responsibility, sometimes in the weekend she's on duty in school. So I'm the one who is supposed to be
You're
left
with
with the
the
kids
children.
at home the whole day on Saturday. So that's now we are able now to co-share that and to do co-parenting.
Awesome,
Yes,
awesome.
yeah.
And they say no man is an island. Of course, you both came from different families.
Yes.
I mean, by the time you're meeting, you came from some families.
Yeah.
What impact does extended families have on shared responsibilities for you as a couple, Faith?
So our families and our parents, they have really come on board greatly to support us, because you find that maybe there's a time, like there's a time I was supposed to be invigilating the exams, and our house help gave me a notice like a day earlier, and Monday is supposed to be like the exam.
Yeah.
I mean, not Monday, like on Saturday. So you only have Sunday, and then Monday is the exam. I tell you the truth, we just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But our parents came on board, and they were able to assist and take care of the kids while I was engaged in
Where you're doing these other things.
So they have really come on board to support us greatly, and they have not like there's where you have like being remote controlled by the families and by the in-laws. I can say in our case, they have not come as remote controls.
Yes.
They come on board to assist where we tell them that if maybe they can step in to assist and take care of the kids for a while. Sometimes the kids also, they go there for the holidays, and we just come and have a honeymoon phase.
Yeah, you bond.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So they have really supported us in that.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. And of course, in the process of just being together, going through or navigating this journey of marriage and partnership, there's also something we call health and wellness.
Yes.
I don't know if many people think about it like it's a shared responsibility as well.
Yes.
Do you have any like something that you do together just to improve each other's health and wellness? In terms of what kind of activities would you do together just to ensure that my wife's health equal-tops, Percy's health equal-tops? What do you do together? Am you people at the gym? Do you gym? Do you work together? Do you go for, those tests, those annual wellness and health? Anything that you do together just to make sure that this is a shared responsibility. Check on me and I check on you, and
Okay, basically in terms of health and wellness, maybe an activity we do together, maybe it's walking. We just take a walk. We are not just taking a walk together. Then in terms of health, at least now we update each other if you have a condition. So maybe if I'm not well, I'm able to tell her, because like now as a family we have a medical cover, so we are able to use the medical cover. So if she's not well, I'm the one who take her to hospital, and so we are able not to be able to be accountable for each other, so that I don't find she went to Hosi, but I don't know
where.
So she's calling me, I'm just coming from this hospital. I tell her what's up, what was happening to you, so we are able to update each other in that.
And so at this point probably one of you is down probably with flu, whatever illness.
Yes.
Now you have responsibilities that have to go on in the house, taking care of the children, cooking, shopping, and all that. What happens at that point? When one is down, probably even there's no job, and already now remember that time you are dating and you've just come into marriage, but now already in marriage, and the ball is already rolling. So what happens when one is down and the responsibilities must be taken care of?
I think, as my husband said earlier, we are very flexible to come in and step in where someone is not able to do something, because it's not something like someone has to do this, and if that person is not there, no one is going to do it. Because I think the main challenge is usually that what you talked about, the culture, people talking about, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. But the moment as a couple we demystify that, then we're able to do anything. We're able to do anything, is able to take care of the kids, is able to to do all those things, maybe if I'm unable to do that, and if he's also unable to do that, I'm also able to step in.
Yeah.
But sana we are not cast on stone.
Yeah.
So we are very flexible. We're very flexible in case anything happens.
So
Yeah.
here you are, and you've done your bit and whatever has happened. But there are times that you cannot always be perfect. Either of you can answer this. Is there a time that one of you failed in their responsibilities, and how did you feel about it? What were the consequences? How do you know? What happened when that happened? Or if it has never happened, still it's okay, because that would mean the communication has been awesome. Is there a point that any one of you, for whatever reason, probably finances or whatever, you are not able to do, and you felt, man, I've let my family down? Any incidents?
Okay, not like major incidents, but as long as you can't be 100% perfect, but you may have those issues you are not able to take care of certain issues
immediately.
Maybe there's a delay in receiving your payments, so you're not able to come through at that particular time. So there are those aspects you were not able to meet some obligations. Does that make
you feel bad, especially as the head of the home?
Yes, because now this is what you're supposed to, all eyes are on you on that issue, then you're not able to come through. So as a person, you feel I could have done much more.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And like you rightfully said, Percy, that no one is perfect, no family is perfect. So I'm sure you've gone through conflict. I'm sure kuna mali mume gongana kidogo, conflict resolution. How do you come back then and say, see, let's sit down and let's deal with this issue? How do you solve your issues?
Okay.
Faith should now go, because Amma, you're the Faith should go and tell us.
That's an amazing topic. Conflict.
Yes.
And for sure we've gone through conflicts.
Yeah.
And it's a learning process. And I think as a family, we have really graduated, because in the first year of our marriage, all those things have been shed off.
Yeah.
So now you're disagreeing, and disagreeing is very normal, because we are different individuals with different perspectives. So now we come and have conflict maybe about something.
Yeah.
So you'd find that personally, I thank God he has delivered me. I would get mad for like 2 days, 3 days. If he has not said sorry, I am not
called nail by mouth.
Yes, I am. And so God had to work on, not even us. Let me talk about
yourself,
because I was a problem. Our bishop says that in every marriage there's a crazy person.
I love that you're just at least you're owning up to
there's a crazy person. And I remember our bishop, when he was preaching, I was just laughing. Pastor George was just looking at me like,
you know yourself.
Yeah, because he would always come back to be the sober person.
Yeah.
Even if I'm the one on the wrong.
Yeah, he becomes the bigger person.
Yeah. There has to be someone who becomes the bigger person, the sober person, who says, even if this is, I know what I mean, but she obviously does not seem to get my point, there also has to be that person who comes back to be the sober one, and to bring sanity in the room. That if I'm angry,
yes,
I mean, it does not have to be angry because I'm angry. It can cool down and delay the response until now, when the time when I'm sober enough to listen to what he's saying. And that delaying response actually also did help me personally. Because there are times maybe I am hearing what he's saying and I'm misunderstanding it. And you see, I would
misinterpret what he's saying,
and I would just snap off immediately. But when I delay my response, I'm able actually to process whatever he's saying, and I'm able to actually delay my response so that we handle it at a time when I'm very sober. But there has to be a sober person.
Yeah. And it happens to be Percy.
It happens to be Percy in our case. Yes.
So Pastor Ngaria, tell us, how do you, because that is from Faith, she's even confessed. How do you manage, or handle conflict in the home?
Okay. So I think conflict arises because of different perspective and attitudes and the way we view issues. I remember there's a time we were in the house, I just come from work, then I was settling down, then the lights went off. Then I think I came and told her, please buy tokens. Then she said, you can also buy. And I said, I've been buying all through. You can buy today. She said, you can also buy today. We stayed for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I said,
power.
my goodness, we're going to stay without lights today.
Yeah.
I came and told her, please buy tokens. You can also buy.
Yeah.
And the anger level, the temperatures level
Because of the
just
back and
rising.
forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not because I can't buy, but I was feeling she can buy also today.
Yeah.
But I saw if I insist, we are going to stay the whole night without lights.
Yeah. So you just did
So I
it.
just went and just take a big breath and I said, God help me. And I went and bought the tokens.
So again, the bigger person lowered yourself
Yes.
and bought the tokens.
And bought the token
Oh,
just to
wow.
remove the conflict.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see. So it's just learning to have a big heart and to look at the bigger picture.
Yes.
So how can we fight because of tokens? You can just get 100 Bob tokens
Yeah.
and the lights are back and the conflict just disappears. So just having a bigger picture so that you don't win just the argument or something, but to be able to see how do you overcome this and as a family so that we can be able to come on board on harmony.
And I'm sure forgiveness has played a big role in that
Yeah,
conflict
yes,
resolution over and over.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that now at least I'm able to understand my partner.
Yes.
If she gets angry faster, I reduce my temperatures.
Yeah.
So that now if she goes up, I come lower.
Yeah.
So that now I can be able to be sober and look at the issues in a more
Sober manner.
manner.
Yeah.
So that's how we have been able to resolve the conflicts.
Awesome. Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, and now, so you had said, earlier you've not been in this journey for long.
Yes.
Are there any role models that people at least whom you emulate you look up to help you in this journey, shared responsibility, learning from them? Do you have any people you emulate? Is it important to have them?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. I think we need to know that no one has already made it. We have to know that we must be learners. We must always take up a posture of learners.
Yes.
And for us as a couple, one of the couples that greatly motivate us in this journey are our Bishop James G. Maina and Rev. Agnes K. Maina, and just seeing how they get to do their things. We are challenged on a daily basis to also get to improve and to know that we are learning. We are not yet there.
Yeah.
There's a way to solve some of these things. There's a way to not solve them. So by looking at how they are doing things, how they are doing their parenting, how they are doing all these other things, we are also able to learn. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
In a marriage, yes, two are one. The two of you are one. But before becoming one, you're one.
Yes.
Are there any boundaries that you put in check just to have that personal space and time? Or is it important also to have the boundaries? Am it all the time it's, you're together? Do you think it's important to have that boundary? As much as you're sharing responsibility, sharing that love, is it important to have boundaries as well and give each other space and time?
So I think that's very key to have a personal time, because you need to rejuvenate, you need a time of rest. Sometimes
strategize.
There's a project you're doing maybe at work or a job assignment, so you need that quietness. Or I just need to have a devotion and a quiet time in prayer. So that's a moment, that's me moment, not what I don't want to have a time of agreeing with her at that time. So that's the time I need to focus and strategize. So those quiet moments are very key, because in marriage I have to be, as an individual, to be whole myself. Because I can't give what I don't have. You
cannot pour from an empty cup. It's true.
So I can't be able to love her if I'm so empty
you need
of
to
love.
rejuvenate.
So I need to be that moment of love. I'm overflowing with love and grace and strength. So there's not that moment I need to be quiet. I need to be strategized. I need to have some moment with God, so that I can be able to get the grace and the strength. Because in the journey of marriage, there are so many responsibilities that you're looking at. There are so many things that have your focus. So unless you have that quiet time to be able now to focus and to re-energize, then you'll be overwhelmed. Then you may be fatigued. So that quiet time is very key, for each as an individual.
For social responsibility, do you agree that it's also a shared responsibility? Like whom we're going to visit, where we are going to visit, what kind of people we want to relate with? Yes. Is it a shared responsibility?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's a shared responsibility. Being able to just talk about the social
aspect of it.
Yeah. Like I remember there's a family. Personally, I did not know them, but he knows them, and sometimes he'd tell me that we need to go and visit this family, we need to go and be a blessing to this family, so and so. I have never heard of them, but because he knows them, we flow, and he has already made the plans of what is going to happen. And then there are also those are the situations like we need to go visit a couple that has been blessed with a child. You know, you cannot organize that. Some of these things, it's more of us.
The lady.
Again, there are maybe some meetings that we need to have, even maybe as ministers. He's the one who's going to tell us, but there's this that we need to go and visit and stuff. So it's a shared responsibility most of the times. Yeah.
So what are some of the most, because we are just about to wrap up, what are some of the most important lessons you've learned in your 5 or 6 years of marriage in regards to shared responsibility? Probably the advantages or disadvantages, maybe.
Yeah.
What lessons are there? And what you'll tell me about the lessons and also advice that you'd give a couple, couples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll pick from the example he started with, that one of tokens. By the way, that I think it happened, was it in the first year or the second year? I don't remember. And that's when we had
You're getting to know each other.
Yeah, we were getting to know each other. By that time, we were still learning about this thing of sharing responsibilities. And so one thing we learned from that is that there is no responsibility that is cast on stone. That's where we learned that. That even if this person is supposed to do this, if the other person is not able to do it for some reason, we are not going to argue about that or fight or have a conflict about that. That we can always come on board to assist one another in shared responsibilities. That it's okay to budget, it's okay to assign different roles, but for one reason or the other, someone may be unable to fulfill them. So it's not cast on stone. So that was one lesson we picked from there. And from that time, even if something I'm supposed to be the one doing it, but I'm not able to do it, it becomes very easy for us to like share the responsibilities. And then when we talk about the issue about conflict, of course arising maybe even from shared responsibilities, we've learned that you're not fighting, we are not in a war against one another who is going to take the crown home. We are fighting from the same side.
But is that so? Is that the case?
We are not fighting to see who is the victor in this thing.
No, it's not competition.
It's not a competition.
You're partners.
We are partners, so we are fighting from the same side. And at the end of the day, we want to win as a family.
As a team.
As a team, we want to win as a team. So whatever people are going through, they need to understand that it's a team thing. It's not an individual battle kind of thing.
So probably, Pastor Ngaruya, you can tell us advice. What are your last, like your closing, could be closing remarks in terms of the advice you'd give as a pastor? You can also speak as a pastor and also as a husband. Yes.
So what I can advise to couples is that always have that open, direct and honest communication. Especially when you are talking about shared responsibility, have that open talk to each other. So if there are issues about finances, you can just be open and say, this is like a husband, I can be able to say, this is how much I earn. As a wife, this is how much I earn. And these are the responsibility we have as a family. How can we come together and partner and make this thing work? Because most of the conflict come when there's darkness. So the wife does not know how much the husband earns or whether he works or not.
So it's unlocking secrets now.
The husband just disappears in the morning and come in the evening. So the wife does not know where he goes. So the moment you have that open and honest communication, then when things are in the light, then you can be able to plan from there. So that's also, then also you need to understand each other.
Understanding.
So you have to know that every one of us has unique personalities. We view things differently. Our perspective, our attitudes are different. So you have to learn to accept each other based on our unique personalities. How can I live with this person who I said, yes, I do for life? So I have to be able to know how to live with them.
Amazing.
And the best way I can.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those insightful tips. Very helpful. I'm sure wherever my listeners are and my viewers have really gained some wisdom, some insights and tips on how to navigate this journey in marriage, about shared responsibilities, and even in the very small of things, including probably cooking. And, you know, this thing of traditionally thinking the traditional wife is supposed to do everything. This has been demystified today, because we are here with Pastor Ngaruya and the wife, and they're saying, no, it is not, it doesn't have to be that way, you know. So let's get to learn and know each other in a way that, you know, you deeply connect. And we've talked about a lot of partnership here, and we don't forget about our partners who have made it possible for us to be on air, for us to bring you this very beautiful and clean content to keep Jesus on the airways as well. They've been holding our hands, they've been standing with us, and we just want to appreciate them today. As we also urge you, if you want to be part of this community that has been holding our hands, that has been selfless to support us, you can send us the word partner on 20316 or WhatsApp us on 0786 316 316 and send the word partner. Or if you may want just to support right now, you can do that using our pay bill number, which is 316 316, and the account number shall be your telephone number, and send whatever you have. No matter how small you think it is, it will go a long way to keep Jesus on the airwaves. Have a blessed day, and God bless you. We'll see you again next week on Parenting Tuesday, where we shall be discussing a very important topic to all of us. Very sensitive but important: how to cope with grief. God bless you, and have an amazing day.